world needs. We need your passion. We need your authenticity. We need you to get mad. We need you to get messy. We need you to get raw. We need you to get real. Speak your story. Speak your truth. Let that light in. Be the light. We need to create change. And the only way we can do that is being authentic. Welcome back to another week of The Layla Show with me, your host, Layla Ziari, featuring all sorts of beautiful guests and beautiful people from all over the world who are coming together for one purpose, to share their stories, speak their truth, and create a conscious, unified community, one conversation at a motherfucking time. Real, raw, unfiltered. The Layla Show. Nice to meet you.
So, I own a couple of shipping stores. I own Ship Morristown and Ship Short Hills. So what we do is we're like a shipping store mixed in with business services, mixed in with, right now we're introducing like a vintage discount shopping experience too within the business model.
What does that entail?
So basically what it entails is like we sell like vintage toys or like gift items, books, specifically coffee table books.
I like that.
And we are like trying to like kind of delve into a shipping store mixed in with, again, like a type of shopping experience that people are going to go to a shipping store. And I know a lot of people dread going to the shipping store.
Yeah, 1,000%.
They hate it. I mean, come on, let's get real. They hate going.
I mean, I hate going. I hate that, like, going to UPS or whatever, FedEx. I mean, I don't do it often, but when I do, it's just another stop, you know? Like, I don't want to make any more stops. It's not fun.
It's not. And the whole thing is like, I feel like that when people are going to these stores, and even me as like being on like the consumer side of it, I've seen it's just like you said, it's another stop, it's another dread, it's another, I don't want to do this crap, like this is not for me. I don't want to drop my package off and like deal with some guy behind the counter and be like, yeah, here, just give me your package. They're like, you know, somebody's like doing you a favor in a sense. So what I want to try to like do is make it so people are not looking forward to going to the shipping store. I mean, that'd be insane. I know it's...
I was going to say, are we going to make it fun?
We're just trying to make it more like, you know, more enlightening for you to go there. I don't know if enlightening is the right word.
Enlighten me.
Exactly, enlighten me, right? So basically, somebody's going to go to the store and they're going to have great customer service. They're going to have basically a good conversation with somebody behind the counter. They're going to be able to do other things at the store, you know, whether it be, you know, passport photo or laminating, something. I don't know, laminating a dinner menu, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
Making flyers. That's it.
Yeah, there you go. Making flyers.
I'm just now my brain is working on reasons that we go to. I just drop packages off.
Yeah, a lot of people just drop packages off, but you know, what I think a lot of people do is they're so used to going to the big box retailers like Staples and
Amazon returns, Staples.
Amazon returns. I almost said Office Max and I forgot they don't exist anymore.
They don't?
No, I don't think they do.
I haven't seen one in a long time, but Staples for shit does.
I haven't seen an Office Max in a long time. So I just want people to, you know, want to make it their neighborhood stop, you know, like, you know, go, oh, hey, like, I'm not like dreading going to Ship Morristown or Ship Short Hills because Jonathan's there or my manager Carlos is there and they're really personable. And, you know, we ask everybody how their day is. You know, if they want to
wear yellow. Yellow's a happy color.
Yellow's a happy color. Our other colors are like a light blue and a white.
Okay.
I mean, the reality is, shipping stores are boring. Trust me. I'm not, you know, look, I'm not here trying to, I know I don't have, you know.
You said it. I didn't. I'm not going to know.
I did. I said it. Look.
I'm not going to knock it. I'll let you.
It's fine, but I know it. Like, you know, I was looking, you know, for me personally, I was looking for a business that was recession proof, something that, you know, a robot or something AI couldn't replace, and something that was needed not just by the consumer, but by other companies. So if you're a distributor and you have multiple boxes and you don't want to pay the FedEx like pickup fee, you come to our store or the UPS or other shippers that we carry like FedEx, UPS, and the post office. So people have to pay a fee in order to have that picked up from their business or their home. So we kind of knock that out. So when people come, they just drop their packages off and we take them for them. Doesn't matter how many they have, we'll do it. And we scan them, give them a receipt, and whether they want to do a different form of the business, we'll do it for them. And I've researched so many different businesses to go into before doing this.
I'm so curious how one chooses Yeah, like how do like what like it's just I mean it's random.
It's extremely random. I mean, like my sister, like she used to own a spin boxing studio, and she did a good job with it. And she just recently got out of the business because she got I guess a desk job or a remote job these days. I guess you want to say.
I guess.
Yeah. So I looked around. Like I looked into buying a car wash. I looked into owning a laundromat. I even looked in the food business. I almost went into getting a Jersey Mike's franchise. And the laundromat, like one thing I have to say, the laundromat might have been great was because you don't have employees that you have to take care of, and they don't talk back at you, or
Right.
you don't have to yell at them. Car wash, I almost did buy a car wash. I was very close.
Okay.
And the guy sold it to someone else, which is fine because things happen for a reason, I believe.
I believe too.
And the Jersey Mike's thing was years ago, and I just blew it off, and I was like, "Give me a break." I'm not going
to have free sandwiches for life.
I know, right? I could make myself a sub right behind the counter.
I mean, not gonna lie, it sounds pretty great.
It does sound pretty good in essence, but I just didn't think of like going in the food business. I always thought it was just like a terrible business to go.
No, the food industry is hard.
It is. It's really difficult. And I was like, all right, so what can I do? Like I used to be in the corporate world. I used to work in finance on Wall Street, like before all this.
Boy.
Okay,
so I was wondering what you did before because
I worked
how you got that
business.
So you had the business sense because like it takes a fucking certain kind of person to do the Wall Street.
Yeah, did it for a long time. I did it like every aspect of it. I did it in terms of real estate, stocks, equities, securities, which is the same thing. And I even did the recruiting side of Wall Street where I used to recruit people from out of the country. And I hated every minute of sitting behind a desk. I hated working for someone else.
No, working for someone else is literally the worst thing. I've never done it. I've done it for like little sports bits of time, no more than ever 6 months.
Yeah. Like my first job out of college was I worked at Yelp. My first job out of college. I hated every minute of that, by the way. I never want to bash a business, but worst company you could ever work for.
Do they even still exist?
They do. I don't know how they exist.
How?
I don't know because I don't use Yelp for anything.
No.
So whoever works there, good luck. I just was like, you know what? We're like getting into a world where like AI is taking over.
1,000%.
I mean, robots and all of that stuff are doing jobs for people now. I just like felt like I needed to find a business where I could, again, branch out into different things and give other industries a helping hand. So, and even like for instance, we work with auction houses, distributors, lawyers need us, home businesses need us, your everyday consumer that wants to drop a package off. Like I get a lot of consumers that really don't like going to the UPS store. I mean, they tell me it all the time that like they go there, they feel like they're being served by someone that's doing them the favor versus us who always have a smile, always are being personal to them. Trust me, I've gotten into some seriously in-depth conversations with people that are just
like that. So you're in it for the personalization.
Exactly.
Which is great in any business, whatever.
I just want to, give people like a more personalized experience and also add in like if I can add in different tidbits to the company over time, I would like to give that to people. So I would really like to give people that sense of, I know I said it already, but that sense of personal experience and also add in somewhat of like a shopping experience to them too, where I can include, vintage items or.
Well, as a vintage girly, I love that because
we just started that.
Okay, I collect and sell vintage clothes.
Yeah, like we do what do we do? We do like toys. Like I already told you all this already, but
yeah. But I like the vintage aspect.
Yeah, it's something that people like, and I think that people like are really into the vintage thing now, and they want to have kind of more of a retail experience where they can really, maybe spend a little bit more time in the store rather than just drop a package off. Maybe turn it into a destination people want to, not like spend the whole day at. Like they drop a package off. As somebody
who spends whole days like antiquing and thrifting and going to vintage stores, like I do.
Yeah, so I just feel like it's something that it's just something that I think people really would really like to. It's just something that I think people really need in terms of just that industry. It's very hard to kind of explain sometimes how it's like kind of developing and giving you the sense of like what people really need and like what they're really trying to, I guess the point that people are trying to get across when they're doing these things is that they are very nervous when they're dropping a package off at a store because they don't know what's going to happen to this package and they don't know how it's going to be treated. So when you go to these bigger retail stores, most of the time your box is being kicked around, it's tossed. Whereas like when we're taking it, we handle it like it's our own box and treat it like it's our own. And even if you want it packed and shipped out the way it should be, we always want people to feel like it's being packed and shipped by somebody who would do it as if they were doing that packing themselves. And that's kind of like, where we are in that sense of trying to build the business, expand it. We really want to put it into areas that are more high traffic. We did open a store a couple of years ago back in Lake Hiawatha, and it didn't work out because the area just didn't call for it and the consumer wasn't there.
So what is Morristown like? Is it like a big town, little town?
I put it more like in a mid-sized town, like a small, almost like a cusping on a small city.
Okay.
Where people are more in tune to spend more money.
Right.
To me, the bigger the population, the better off you are.
1,000%. Although, like, I've lived in a lot of small towns that, like, sometimes, that's, like, all small businesses, and then, like, you do good because those people really just want to support local above all else, so, like, that could also work.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, more people is better. But, yeah, I think we're in a time right now where people want to support local more than ever, though, anyway, so... You got that going for you.
That's the whole thing, is that I just think that people really want to, it's kind of, I do know how to explain it, but I don't know how to explain it. And it's kind of the sense of an industry that a lot of people don't get into. And I think that it's a type of business that people don't really hear about that much.
No, I've literally never talked to anyone in my I did when I was in San Francisco area. We had UPS and FedEx, but then we had like our local little shipping company right around the corner from my house, and they were so friendly, and everybody knew me by name and like knew what I did, and would like have little chit chats about my life, and I would go and invent, and sometimes I'd just be a hot mess express because I'm like a feral creature out in the wild as it stands, and like they would get all the moods and check in. So, I did, and I only went there. I wouldn't go anywhere else. Like, I even stopped getting my Amazon packages to my house at one point and would just pick them up there because I was like, I like these guys.
That's the whole thing, too. It's like, we want to make sure that, like, people, like, want that. They want their packages to be dropped off there. They want them to be held there because I get people that vent all the time. I mean, whether it be about their personal life, lately it's been politics, a lot of politics.
We're all in that together.
I think we're all in that together. Yeah, I do. I mean, I had somebody literally spend 25 minutes going off on me about politics. And I'm like, yep. Because I can't really say anything. I can't like tell them like.
No, I mean, you have to kind of, you can't. Yeah.
And in that area, Morristown's like cusping in like Bedminster area. So like those people are very, Republican.
Okay.
And there are a lot of people in Morristown that are more liberal Democratic.
Well, good mix. Yeah, you can't, I guess, you don't want to pick sides when it comes to your business. You don't want to isolate.
You can't isolate. Yeah,
you can't isolate. It's bad for business.
It's really bad for business. If you like, if somebody's like, oh, we can't go there. They're liberal. Oh, I can't go there. They're Republican. Forget it.
Which is going on right now. I mean,
it is.
Boycotts are going, and I mean, like, I'm totally with it when it's like a big corporation, because like fuck all big corporations in general. But yeah, you definitely.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not a big, I'm not a big Elon guy, but
well, we won't make you talk about it.
Because
talking about business. He gets on Layla's podcast. Layla makes him talk shit about Elon Musk, loses business. No,
yeah, please give me a break. Jesus,
we won't put you in that. I'm not going to put you in that position. But
Joe and I we have some heated conversations about that stuff sometimes.
Well, I can say fuck Elon Musk, but you don't have to say anything because you have a business.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me under the muzzle on my mouth, as it were. But It's the other part about the businesses. I know it's going to sound crazy. Is I actually enjoy it. I know it's a weird thing to say. I actually enjoy the business. I think it's
Well,
not
I would hope so, honestly, because, I
it's
hope.
what I do for a living. But I will say one thing that sucks about owning a business is when I worked for somebody else, I was getting a paycheck. Now that I work for myself, I don't get a paycheck.
Okay, that makes sense. As someone who's never worked for anyone else, I don't know where my money comes from half the time because I don't even know what I do most of the time.
I ask myself that question all the time. Like I know I'm like, so what am I doing this for again? Why I'm here? I don't know why I'm doing this. Am I doing this for free? Did I give everything up to do this for free? What am I
Then
doing?
you damn well better be fucking passionate about it.
I am. I have to tell you, I'm extremely passionate about it.
Did you always want to like own your own business? Well, no, because you're in corporate, but like you were just like, gotta get out of here, need business.
It's when I was a kid, I always wanted to own my own business. I always wanted to, start my own company, build myself up on my own. I never wanted to always work for someone else. I just did it because that was just the motion of the period that I graduated college in. I mean, like when I graduated college, I worked for a big real estate firm for a while. And I did it for a really long time and I got tired of that. And I just was like, all right, let me try something new. Let me try this. My wife has had the same job ever since I've known her. She's loves her job, which is great. But for me, it's been harder. It's been a lot more difficult.
And I feel like to go out on your own is not. I mean, I couldn't personally do my life any other way than whatever the fuck it is I'm doing, which I really don't know right now. But it is harder. You have to be very self-reliant, and you're self-reliant.
It is.
I think it takes a special breed of person to.
I think it does too. It's just that I think that with starting your own business and owning your own business, and at the moment, like, not gonna lie to you, I'm extremely stressed because starting another store and building it out is very stressful. And I think the whole thing about it is that if the business doesn't succeed or if it's having struggles or hiccups, it's about not throwing in the towel. And I think a lot of people throw in the towel very quickly. And
yeah, they do. Hi, me. I've changed what I do 18 times in my life because I just have never stuck with any one thing enough to see it to fruition. But I keep doing new things.
There you go.
But like I can say I do, like, yeah, I feel like the pursuit of your dreams is like, yeah, a lot of us just fucking give up. I just like make up a new dream every other day, which is like probably not actually productive. So what you're doing takes a lot of stick-to-itiveness.
I have to tell you though, it is productive because like, you're not throwing in the towel. I mean, like a lot of people, you're not like going to say, all right, I'm done trying to do stuff on my own. I'm going to go find a desk job or something and just call it a day and just get a paycheck and live my life.
I'd never do that.
So that has a lot of stigma to it. I mean, you keep going and you don't stop. So there's a lot of props there.
You too.
It is, though. I mean, I could have given up a long time ago. I could have just said, you know what? The car wash isn't happening. The laundromat's not happening. The making myself a foot-long sub at the middle of the night because I can is not happening.
But I really wanted the foot-long.
I even tried to open a dispensary once.
Oh, really?
I did. I did.
That would be fun.
You know what's funny? I had these two guys I was going to partner with on a dispensary. And the reason I stopped was I knew where it was going and I knew where it was headed. And I knew that within the period of time, which we started going into this in 2022, I knew by the time we'd open up a dispensary, get the board approval, get all the money, get whatever we needed, that it was going to be such a large market and the stagnatism was going to be so high. And it is.
It is. It's huge.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, you can buy marijuana everywhere. It doesn't. I mean, even bodegas now they get licenses to sell it.
Yeah, like everyone sells it now.
Yeah, so
crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah, and partnering with people is. Wait, do you have partners right now?
No, I don't have any partners.
Because that is very hard. I feel.
And to share, especially in this business, I don't think having partners is smart. The profitability in the first few years, I mean, like most businesses, there is no profitability.
Are you turning a profit now?
Our store in Morristown's breaking even.
Okay.
We've been open for a little less than a year. We have some months where we don't break even.
little less than a year. That's great though, that you're not negative.
Not negative. I mean, there are some months where we are in the red, but that's just the name of the game, I guess. The store has to be around for a long time. People have to know you're there. That's why I have Joe. He's helping me with that.
Yay, we love you, Joe.
He's great.
I'm obsessed. I'm so obsessed with him.
Probably one of my. I am so glad I hired him. Did he ever tell you the reason how I hired him? So he came in like a few months ago, and he was shipping some things out. And he wanted to do USPS. And there's something called media mail. And you can't ship media mail out unless like you're, like it's a video or a pamphlet, whatever. And I had 2 books he was sending out. I'm like, look, we can do media mail, but it's unless you're the author or something that I can do it. So if you're not the author, forget it. He goes, well, I am the author. And I looked at the book and I looked on the back and it was him. And I was like, oh shit, I guess we're doing a media mail. We started talking for a little bit. He gave me a really good review. I saw it on his podcast or his Instagram. And about 2 months later, I brought him in to help me out with marketing, and he's great. He really tries to push the envelope, which is great for the business. If I do something wrong, like when we're filming commercials for social, he calls me out on it. He tells me, you're like shit. Like, what are you doing? You're not even paying attention. Like, or you're talking too fast, or like, what are you doing? And
but
he loves to use, he likes to use the term "swing your dick around." This is like the favorite term of the year.
I love it.
And he's right though. I have to have more, get more energy going. And he uses my manager Carlos, who, by the way, he's the only person that works for me. So
hi, Carlos.
And I'm gonna hire somebody new in the next month or two. To help me.
So yeah, because you need someone with a new store.
I do. So what I do is when I first open them is I run them by myself until I run myself into the ground.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, do you sleep? Do you rest? Do you eat? Do
I do any of that?
Do you go outside? Do you kiss a tree?
Barely.
I worry about you. Now you have me worried.
I barely. I mean, the only thing that I give myself time for is golf.
Okay, that's something. That's outside.
It's outside.
I'm getting some air.
But this year, I'm barely gonna be able to play golf.
That's sad.
It is sad. It is sad. And
So warning to everyone: if you work for yourself, you never have to see them. Yeah, no, literally, it's like 20. I mean, I guess I work 24/7 too. It's just that a lot of the time my work is going to the beach and turning off my phone.
That's a great job. I need that job.
Thank you.
It's the job of a lifetime.
Work less, manifest more money.
I wish I could do that.
Okay, well, maybe we'll teach you.
Somebody needs to teach me how to do this because I literally
Let's teach you how to manifest money. You can teach me about entrepreneurship. I can teach you how to manifest money.
It's tough. I mean, and it's to be like for a lot of people out there that own their businesses. I'm sure they know this. You're right. It's 24/7. You're working all the time.
You're working all the time, yeah.
And it does put strain on if you have a wife and a kid. It puts strain on your marriage.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially like, if your wife wants to spend a lot of time with you, which mine does.
She's not going to ever.
She's not going to. And she, sometimes, I have to explain to her that, if it's a Sunday, I work and she can't handle it. It's part of owning a business. You want to own your own business. You need to understand that you're going to be working 7 days a week all the time.
You sleep your work.
Trust me, you're sleeping. While I'm sleeping, I'm working. I literally had a dream last night about I was working in my dream. It was horrible. I'm not kidding you. And I was talking.
No, I understand.
It was such a vivid dream too. I literally remember telling somebody I just sold my business to Staples, and I did. I woke up and
a nightmare. Like, where is it?
I woke up and I'm like, oh my god, I never did it. It's scary though, and it's now that I think about it, we're talking about it more. It's becomes more, I guess I don't know if prevalent's the right word, but it's
So yes, challenges in owning a business are balance.
Work-life balance.
I mean, like balance is very fucking hard in life in general, but especially, like how do you balance? And then, the time, time.
It's hard to balance because when you're done working, whether it be like you're working from 8:30 to 2 or 8:30 to 8 or 8, whatever it be, your mind is never there. A great example of that is I went on vacation with my wife and my kid last year, and I took him to Bermuda, and the entire trip I wasn't even there.
You need to learn some balance, though, of presence, because, I know, but it is hard because, yeah, when it's your livelihood, businessmen literally are always businessing, but you have to be able to turn that off for your sanity. You're going to have to figure that out.
It's something that I need to figure out. My wife tells me to see a therapist, that I need to see a therapist.
I mean, we all probably need to see therapists. Yeah.
But I want to.
Nothing wrong with that. But where do you have time to see? They do Zoom calls nowadays.
They do Zoom calls. That's true. But I'm so tired when I get home. You think I want to?
No, I don't. I literally sometimes work for like 4 hours a day, and I have to nap, like disassociate from the world for a whole day. I'm a terrible example, but like I just don't. I don't have the brain capacity to do anything else. Like especially not important things. Like again, I want to go kiss the ocean. I mean, and then maybe like write part of my book, and then watch a movie and not talk to a single fucking soul until like.
That's my favorite thing is watching TV. And I love garbage TV too. I'm like, I watch garbage of TV.
Well, yeah, but like that makes sense because, I mean, when I work too hard, I can only watch garbage TV. If I work less, then I watch a really intriguing movie. But like, you watch garbage because you don't have any more brain capacity. What are you going to do indulging in something intellectual and mind stimulating? Your mind is already stimulated enough.
That's the thing. Like yesterday, like I'm like helping her clean, and I turn on like this terrible show. And
what show?
I what's it called? The Color of Magic? I don't know. I'm not even into this stuff. Either of us.
I like magic and I like colors.
And the only reason I watch is because Tim Curry's in it.
Okay.
And Jeremy Irons. And I'm a big Tim Curry fan.
All right, there you go.
And it was, by the way, it was so bad I turned it off.
I'm not gonna put the TV.
Sorry, we're not. And it's like 20 years old, so it doesn't matter.
I watch old shit all the time, but I make sure it's good.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Or like when I like really want to watch, I watch like really old TV, like Dynasty or something, where it's where somebody's throwing Joan Collins down a staircase. It's fantastic.
Fantastic.
And it's just like, and she says to me, "Why don't you read a book?" And I looked at her. I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Do you really think I want to read a book?"
No, you don't have any more. Like I said, you don't have any more capacity to ingest intellectual stimulation.
No.
You probably need to meditate. Like, lay on the
floor. Do.
Literally, lay on the floor. I love to just lay on the floor.
Man, I think after anybody's ever watches them, be like, I'm never opening a business. This guy sounds like he's...
I know. Wait, Jonathan told me I should ask you positive questions. I don't know that I did that. Let's see.
Trust me. Listen, it's a lot of fun building the business.
Yeah, but like we have to be real about it too, though.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun building the business and coming up with your own concept, your own model, and taking what's up here and making it a reality, which is a lot of fun. It's just, after conceptualizing it and making it real, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And if you told me that I was going to do this 7 years ago, I would have laughed at you. I would have been like, I would never do that. This is never going to happen. But
I guess like the cautionary tale is you're going to work your ass off. But the great thing is you're your own boss, and like nobody should do it if they're not like super passionate about it, because it is.
If you're not passionate about the business that you build or that you invest so much time and money in,
yeah,
you wasted all that time and all that effort and that money. What was the point? What was the purpose?
Right. No.
Was it to keep yourself busy? Was it to see if it would work? Mm-hmm. I mean, what was it for? That's really what it's about.
No, that's so true.
And for me, at first believe it or not, my dad's the one that actually gave me the idea to go into this business.
Okay.
And I laughed at him at first. I was like, what are you, out of your mind? I'm going to open a shipping mailbox store? Like, that is the most boring thing I think I've ever heard of my life. And then I did more research into it. I'm like, you know what? This is actually a good business. And it's something that you can expand, not super quickly, but you can expand it. And you can franchise it.
So what are your visions for the future what are your ambitions? Like, envision that you don't, but just pretend you don't have to work to do any of that. Like, and you could just snap your fingers and have your business be whatever the fuck you want it to be, what would your like ideal with it be going? Do you want a franchise? Do you want
I think what I would do is I would want to franchise the business, maybe open a couple of more of my own stores down the road. Well, have a couple more of my own stores open, franchise it, take the discount and vintage section of it and separate it from the business, maybe keep it meshed into a couple of them, depending upon who the franchisee is, if they want to do it. And I know like everybody says this, and then have somebody like somebody big buy the business from me. I mean, would I like to
then
keep...
you could enjoy your vacations.
That's it. Yeah. Would I like to keep the business and pass it down to my kid? Depends upon how big it gets and how lucrative it is, and if my son can have a sustainable future with it. I'm like every Jewish parent. I want my son to be a doctor and a lawyer. And
He's going to end up being a traveling vagabond like myself who writes poetry and runs rampant around the world.
Yeah, that's fine. If he needs to do that, then that's fine too. Whatever.
I'm sure he'll be a lawyer or a doctor.
Listen,
I was just giving you the opposite.
I don't want him to ever be in finance. I think it's a terrible, terrible thing to be in.
Yeah, don't let him do that.
No, but you gotta let your kid do whatever they want.
I know, your kid can do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Yeah.
You have no control over that.
You have no control over that.
Of course,
right
a
now,
lawyer or a doctor,
Yeah, I'd love to be a doctor.
Maybe he'll value pleasing your wishes.
Maybe he will, because right now when I ask what he wants to do for a living, it's always I want to be a doctor.
How old is he?
He's almost 4.
Okay, well, we always know at that age. When I was 4, I wanted to work in Hollywood, and now I still want to work in Hollywood.
There you go. When I was young, I wanted to be an actor, too. And
I want to own a production company.
My sister tried to do that. It didn't work.
I don't even know what it means. It's what I want to do.
She tried. It was like, she had a couple of shows. She had like what's it called? The Curious Cook.
Okay.
Ask Abby. Stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. See, I don't even like. I say this. I have no idea what it even entails. But yeah.
Basically, I think I don't either. But I'm assuming it has to involve a lot lot money. That sounds,
which I don't have. But
join the club. No, I don't. That's what I think. I think that's what it means.
I think everything I've ever wanted to actually do requires a lot of money. So
I think anything anybody wants to do requires a lot of money, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just someone else can always finance the bill.
Have somebody else pay my taxes. That'd be fantastic.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, it'd be great.
Well, is that one of the goals then?
Yeah, it'd be wonderful. I mean, I don't know if anybody's going to be paying their taxes anymore. But...
Yeah, no, honestly, I don't know either. I don't even know if we'll have an economy, but not to freak you out, but
I don't think we will.
No, I don't think we will either.
I don't either. I think that it's rapidly depleting. From what I've been watching, at least.
Yes,
but
I've been watching, hearing, and intuitively feeling. But whatever.
I think a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah, most of us do at this point.
Yeah.
I've been feeling like this would happen for a very long time, though, so I guess, whatever. Does that scare you, though, being a small business owner?
Yes. The only reason it doesn't scare me so much is because the business that I have is something that's always needed, and it's something that people are always going to want, because shipping is something that just can't be transformed into something that, again, robots and AI can't do for you.
Yeah.
You can't have a robot behind the counter is going to be able to do this for you. And the other thing about the business I think that's really great is it's not a new concept. It's a somewhat of a rarity of a concept is to make the one-stop shop, drop-off, shipping, and services a bigger business. Where you have a lot of mom and pop shops that, and also our stores kind of do look a little bit mom and pop-esque, but have that franchise feel to it. That way people can say, we have a lot of people ask if it's a franchise.
Oh, well, so you're already manifesting your wishes.
Yeah.
Visualization and actualization.
I guess.
Well, geez, I'm more positive about it.
I try to be real about it, I guess.
I know. I live in delusion, and that's how I get what I want in life. So
yeah.
You have to forgive me. With a little bit of logic, but I do operate in delusion, which I do think a little bit of healthy delusion can help, especially when you're a business, just a little, obviously logistics don't go sinking your ship on delusions, but I do think to own your own business and be super successful, you do have to be a bit delusional.
You do. Extremely.
wildly optimistic about all the great you can do, because if you don't believe it, then it will never happen.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's the way that you just need to, kind of like envision something. Again, I know I might have harped on this already, but to find something that can grow and something that people don't really hear of as much. And again, there are a lot of these types of concepts out there. There's, the DHL, UPS, FedEx, and the UPS stores or USPS mixed into one. It's just about somebody going out there and actually not just franchising it, but making it something that can kind of, in a way, take over the other mainstream shipping stores. And I will take something back that I said earlier. They could do really well in a small town. It's just about where that town's located. And, location.
That's all about location.
All about location. And, Lake Hiawatha wasn't the spot for the first store, and I accepted it and I let it go. But, like my vision is maybe it will do really well. And like, I'm only laughing because I envision like like those movies with those small towns with this like that. Yeah. Like I don't like anywhere USA kind of a thing,
But that's where I feel like that's what I said earlier too. Like, cause I mean, I lived in like anywhere USA for like a couple minutes last year, but like my soul died because I'm a city girl at heart. But everything in there was small business. It was all small business, which was my favorite part about that town in and of itself. And just like watching and like, and like, I was like, how do you guys stay afloat? Because like this is such a small town. Like who is coming through here? Like you don't have a lot of busy seasons. And it's like, well, we rely on the community. Our community just supports the community. We all do events together. We all show up together and that was the most beautiful thing to me about living there was just like watching a community like come together for each other. Like that's like, do you feel like small towns like do? But it would have to be the right small town,
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. It has to be the right small town. And it's like a town called, I don't know, Ashford Falls, I don't know, something like that.
So
I don't even know where that came from, something like that, or but that's kind of like where you kind of have to envision like a town, like something like that coming from, is those small towns, like or like a little mountain town, I don't know, something like South Park.
Yeah, you could totally have a little something. They show up for each other in chaos and community.
Yeah. It's something that like people that you have to like kind of I don't know. It's weird. It's like it's a very hit or miss depending upon where you are.
Again, location. It's
all about location. And it's also about your demographic. You need to have like, and it's very tricky to like, like for instance, like the demographic for the first town I thought was going to be great. I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like there's apartment buildings nearby. Like this is going to work out really well. People are going to love it here. It's going to be like the best place. And then it wasn't. Demographic didn't work. They thought it was expensive. Shipping is expensive. And the type of people that are willing to pay that premium for the convenience of shipping and the services that come with it, most of those people are just not willing to pay for it. Whereas if, you go to, again, like a more populated area or maybe more remote, they're willing to pay for it because where are they going to go? Are they going to drive 45 minutes to find another place?
No, absolutely not.
And that's like something that I think that when you start a business like this, that you have to take into effect, or is that aspect of what the consumer wants. And I think a lot of business owners make the mistake of thinking about what they would want, not the consumer. The consumer,
the customer one's making your business work. So.
Exactly. And the customer, the customer is always right. And you have to act that way, except maybe sometimes when the customer comes in and gives you a false quote. But that's okay. It happens. I've seen it.
You have to handle that with grace as well,
Yes.
You can't just be like, you bloody motherfucking asshole. That's not true.
Look, I had a guy that used to come in a good amount of times. And one time he came in to ship something out and he's like, that's too expensive. I can go to the post office and pay less. And I said, look, you're more than welcome to go to the post office, but you're paying for convenience. And our store is, our store's logo and our motto is, you're a dress for convenience, because we're conveniently located and we try to make the experience for you as pleasant as possible, and giving you top service, great quality shipping materials when you're sending your packages out, and making sure that your package gets there on time and that you can track it. And that really are one thing that I always say to customers is that we can never say no. And I always tell that to people that work for the store, like past employees and current, like you can never say no. The one thing that your customer never wants to hear is no.
That's true. We want you to figure it out. Say, yes, we can.
Yeah, yes, we can. And we have a chair in the store right now. It's been sitting there for a while, and I've been trying to figure out how to ship it out. And it's been really tough because I didn't say no.
Yeah, I didn't even think about like that kind of like I don't fucking know how to ship a chair. What do you mean? Like what? Okay, now my brain now your job just got hard.
It did. It's not that okay. It's like you gotta like there's certain things you're like how am I going to ship this? It's like
And then do you have to like what if someone shipped like a couch? Do you have to like lift the couch?
No. So if somebody comes in, or I won't even let them bring the couch in the store. But what I will do is I have partners with a freight company. We'll figure it out.
Oh, so do you guys ship cars?
If you really wanted us to ship a car, I could ship a car. Not in a box, but I could call a partnered company that will come in a truck and will put your car on a trailer with other cars.
I know. I'm asking because I need to ship a car. Do you have any good companies?
I do.
I got quotes from a bunch of companies, but now I'm just going to make this about me, and I actually do need to ship my car to California, so.
Well, do you know what you've gotten for quotes?
I'll email them to you after this. I'm not going to make them listen to that, but.
Okay.
I'll email you my quotes and see.
Yeah, there's a company that I use that might be able to help you with that.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. They were very, very, I mean, they weren't, like, I got some pretty good quotes, but I mean, fuck, if you have a better one, I'm going to email you after this.
Yeah, there's a company that I used that shipped, I bought a car a few years back and I built a relationship with them. And they did it, they shipped my car pretty good for a pretty good price. Most people don't even come to me for that. They called.
I'm just throwing you for a loop here because
no, I know.
Currently, I need a car shipped.
No, I mean couches are like sort of easy. I can always call a freight company and have them freight it out. But we do a lot of antiques, a lot of valuables. I mean, a lot of people come in with small packages. We send those out. We'll do food. We actually can ship our arms.
Oh, interesting.
But it has to be like certified. It has to go to a manufacturer or an approved repair shop. Can't like say, hey, can you ship this
our guns, our food, and our couches?
You can't like say, hey, can you ship this gun to Billy Bob? No, I can't send it to Billy Bob.
Okay.
But I can definitely send it to a manufacturing repair place with certification.
We can't like just door-to-door gun service is off the table.
No, I don't even think there's a company there. I don't think there's a company out there that exists.
I don't think so either, but I've never thought about this until you said it. So now you've made my brain work. So
it's I thought about it because when I was learning the business from the first store, which wasn't called Ship Anything, it was called the Mailbox Store. I asked him, like, can you ship firearms? And he explained to me how to ship firearms. So, but it's expensive. Like, people don't realize like how expensive shipping can get, especially if you want to ship valuables. Like, the materials cost a lot of money. It's not like, people think you throw it in the box and call it a day. It's not how it works. There's a lot that goes into the shipping.
Yeah, these are things like I don't ever have to think about, but this is your life.
It is.
That's crazy. I mean, not crazy, but it's.
We also do. It's not that it's just crazy. It's something that even I years ago thought I would never think of.
Yeah, like you have my brain working in ways, but like I never thought I'd have to access this 0.1% of my brain that's now rattling off all the strange things that people might ship. Like never did I ever think that my brain would think about that, but now it is, and now it's rattling off all kinds of weird shit.
I shipped a cake last week. Yeah, I walked down to a bakery, picked up a cake, and shipped the cake.
Like how far? Like when overnight?
Oh yeah, that has to go. I won't give any overnight. It was like priority overnight, the most expensive shipping that you can get.
That's insane. Why wouldn't they just like DoorDash someone a cake?
Because it was this place called Swiss Chalet.
Okay, yeah, I want a Swiss Chalet cake too.
Me too. And they make this chocolate cake that apparently like his sister's obsessed with.
Yeah, okay, well, I've never heard of Swiss Chalet, but like I like the name and I like Switzerland and I like chalet, so like obviously I want a cake from there.
I spent $250 sending a cake out.
phenomenal and nuts at the same time.
I mean, the cake cost like $30.
That's incredible.
It's
What a
like,
great use of free will.
Yes, I guess I literally said to this guy, like, you want to go overnight and me put ice packs in this and do foam and all that? It's going to be like $250. He's like, great.
What a great
Check it
use
out.
of free will.
I was like, go for it, have a blast. So that was like one thing. I mean, I've done
Is that
like
the weirdest thing you've ever shipped?
no. The weirdest thing I've shipped so far was running boards to a 1937 Packard. It's an antique car.
Okay, interesting.
That was the weirdest thing I've ever shipped. I've had like stuff happen before, like crazy things, like somebody, when I reported it right away. I've had somebody, like mailboxes, fraudulent mailboxes, report it right to the USPS right away, stuff like that. Weird things.
Weird things.
Yeah, very weird things. Yeah, people ship weird stuff. I mean,
People are strange.
yeah, I know. They're very strange, and sometimes they're willing to spend anything to ship anything.
Very interesting use of money,
It is like a one-time use of money, like $250. I can get a massage.
I could get a couple massages.
I know, like 2.
I'm going to a spa day this weekend with facials and massages, and I'm pretty sure my facial and my massage is like $250.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, you see, like, your problem is you need more time for you. So just a little bit. Just like a little slice.
Just a little.
You need to, because, like, what if you die tomorrow before you franchise and you didn't go get a golfing trip or
What are you doing to me over here? God, you're killing. You're literally, no pun intended, you're killing me over here. I cannot believe. Great. Now we're gonna go to bed tonight. Oh, this is it. This is it. Like, I didn't even get to get everything finished, and she writing me off already.
Layla killed him. She's telling your wife, I'm sorry.
I'm not even kidding. Trust me, I mean, that does cross my mind sometimes.
No, I think it's like a valid point, because this is a problem with like so many fucking entrepreneurs, minus me, because I literally don't value working that much. I just work so that I can exist and do whatever the fuck I want to do. But I don't think that mindset is very normal in this, like, I like work for myself world, because you get so consumed because it is your life. And I do think that is something that my hope for all small business owners is that you learn to prioritize yourself just a little bit more.
Just a little bit more?
A little bit. I mean, like, fucking everybody, even people who work normal jobby jobs. I guess my hope for everybody who works so goddamn hard is like, maybe.
I honestly think people are going to start working even harder.
I don't agree.
I do. I think people are going to start working even harder because.
I agree with what you're saying, but we can't. Like, this is not the answer, is what I'm saying.
You're right. It's not the answer.
That's why we're all so fucking broken, because we don't have time to be healed, because we're just working too fucking hard.
Well, we also live in a capitalist society, and that's like.
That needs to go, but that's a whole other fucking podcast.
And it's just the way it is. Free market, whatever.
But I don't agree with capitalism, and I never have.
Because I think that the reality is that that's what the biggest negative of capitalism is that you just keep working.
Well, that's how they keep you down. That's how they keep you down, because we never stop working. So, I mean, it's our duty to your wife, child, yourself, and to the falling of our capitalist fucking shithole. So
it is falling quick.
Spend a little bit more time on yourself. That is my parting gift.
Well, that's a great parting gift, Wow, thank you. More
plans and bring down the fucking system. I don't know.
Listen, I can't agree with you more, but I have to say that, one thing that does make me think a lot about it is that you have to work, not even about working. It's that like I feel like most people, they strive so hard to make something happen for themselves and for their family and for others, that I think that you're right. I think that your own self-worth gets blinded.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
When your own self-worth is blinded, you need your self-worth to be high in order to provide those things for yourself and your family and all the people around you.
Yeah.
So, and I know it's like a societal disease. So, I mean, I'm guilty of it sometimes. I'm like, damn, everyone's like, Lily, you're so magnetic and wonderful. And I'm like, but I'm a fucking failure and I'm an imposter because I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I have that talk in my brain with myself all the fucking time. And I just have to be like, shut up, brain. You dumb bitch. You've traveled the world. Your life is pretty cool. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. You're always figuring it out, but like that's nice. And people enjoy you, so you must not suck. But like, yeah, we all have that piece of our brain that is like this toxic, maniacal demon that we should probably get under control. But you know.
Well, that's what I try to do sometimes now is I try to like talk my brain down because my brain, like, sometimes it moves like 1,000 miles a minute.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and it's just like it can spiral out of control into depths of things that that never will ever happen.
Well, I mean, I just murdered you, so now you're gonna think about that too.
Well, you did do that. So, listen, look, my son almost murdered me before this whole thing, this whole podcast.
Well, you're just like really getting murdered here. So
I am. You almost knocked my entire desk over.
Well, I don't know. I hope you don't die tonight.
I don't even know if I want to take a shower. I might slip and fall and hit the bench.
Not Final Destination.
Well, I mean, you're killing me over here. It's not a great way to go.
No, but it would maybe be quick.
Yeah. He's like literally there.
Quicker than quicker than your stress heart attack will be if you don't take more time to golf and enjoy your vacation.
I do need to golf more.
Yeah, and like be present on your vacation. I don't know when this turned into self-help guru therapy 101, but you know what?
Well, I think it turned into a lot of things that are great, talking about business, self-help, and trying to take time to yourself. And
it's so important. I just know.
Murdering me.
You got murdered.
I did get murdered. And it's very, very, listen, that's the best part about this is that you don't just talk about your business and your what the business is about and what we have to offer and things like that. To me, it also brings out the person behind the business and that person running the business. And people, I guess, for anybody that's out there that listens to the podcast, it lets them know who's there.
Yeah, I think that's important because because you want to connect with people on a deeper level, and people want to connect with you, and that's what makes people want to shop at your store and know who you are because they're like, oh yeah, that guy who got murdered, I got to check in on him. But you're clearly very passionate about what you do, and it's important to put yourself into whatever you do, and let that shine through because that is like why we have a billion options of a billion places to go, so why choose you? Because you're you.
Yeah,
that's why.
That's basically it.
Pretty much it. Do you have any like bits of quick little advice or anything?
Totally almost said last words. You almost said last words.
What are your last fucking words? You want to be wrong?
You're really murdering me off.
I don't know what you need to bring. I must be like an evil sadistic bitch because I'm just laughing about it. I'm like, oh, this is great. I killed him again.
Wait, I'm supposed to go on a flight the day after tomorrow. It's really going to end up out.
The planes are all fucking scary right now.
Oh, I'm not afraid of flying though.
Are the planes still crashing though? Because at the beginning of the year, like I swear a plane crashed like every day. I was like, I gotta get off this. I have a lot of planes to go on this month.
It's a lot of planes crashing. No, the only thing I would probably have to say is that, like, other than like, somebody that's growing a business and trying to expand it and, make it something that, everybody can enjoy and get what they want to get done on a personal level and with more convenience is, again, like, I know we talked about it so much is, just to be passionate about it and let the audience know that I'm very passionate about what I do and I believe in my business and I believe in helping those people get what they want to get where they want it to be on time and get the services that they want to have done in a professional but yet friendly manner and have an address for convenience for them to go to. It's something that's very important to me. And again, having a business that is recession proof and something that no matter how much time goes by and how much technology progresses, that there's always some sort of business out there that will have a real face to the name rather than a logo or an AI or I don't know, a robot.
Exactly. In these times going forward with more robots, we want more humans. So you're doing a good job. I mean, some people don't because they might be robotic themselves.
Watch Electric State on Netflix. I got to watch it last night. It's really good. It's about how robots take over.
Okay. Yeah. So don't watch the other one, The Color of Magic.
No, it's true.
We'll watch the
I
robot.
can't believe I even wasted 20 minutes watching that. It was so bad. I was like,
Well, maybe we'll save someone else from doing that.
yeah, we will definitely be saving some people.
It gave you a good laugh. It gave me a good chuckle. So.
There you go. Nothing like a Tim Curry film, right?
Right, exactly. All right. Well, where can we follow you on socials?
At Ship Morristown and at Ship Short Hills.
Wonderful.
And you can watch all of our little skits and recommendations and services that we offer. And we hope to see whoever wants to come in, and we can't wait.
I can't wait. Yes, I can't wait to have you get more business, and he won't be murdered, so it's okay. Yeah, thank you for coming, and thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me.
Be a murderer.
You definitely have put me on that playing field.
This is fun. Safe travels.
Thank you, Layla. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, anytime. Thank you.
Have a good night. Thanks
You
for
too.
listening to The Layla Show, people. Please don't.
The Layla Show.